Now, before I tell the full story, I just want to tell you guys that what I did in this story does not represent what I do anymore. I don't act this dumb in school anymore. This was 8th grade me, so 13-year-old smash, and I didn't care about school. I was always arguing with teachers, all this stuff when this happened, so you can't really use this to judge me anymore because it's not really who I am anymore. But nevertheless, I also want to let you guys know to not do this in school because you will get in trouble. Now, I guess we can just get into the story. So, basically, in 8th grade, at our school, is a real small school. The middle school is really tiny. There's like 150 to 200 kids there, and they had one real big computer lab. The other one was just a little laptop stand, pretty much. But up at this computer lab, they made the middle schoolers do this website. I can't even remember the name of it anymore, but basically there was like math, English, science, games on there. You went on there and you played these games with all your friends. It had an LAN connection, so like you could hook up all the computers together and play together. And basically it was educational. Like, I have literally never seen a school trick kids into learning so quickly. Like, the moment that they introduced this to us, like, we had the computer lab turning up on Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know, that place was always like off the chain because I mean everybody in there was like real competitive. We didn't want to lose, and it was just really fun, really. And basically there was this one game in English that we played. It was like these little airplanes, and you had to type words, and it like if you typed them correctly, your plane went faster. If you typed them wrong, they went slower, and you raced other people, and you got to pick your own username. And this is where the problem came for me. Now, with the ability to choose your own username, you could do just about anything, except for, like, you couldn't do, like, dog shit 103, you know. They banned cuss words. And all kinds of other terms and stuff. They did not ban tickle me buns. And in America, I don't know, I have a lot of international subscribers, but in America, tickle me buns is kind of like saying tickle my ass cheeks. So basically, I was telling you to tickle my ass cheeks. And, I mean, it was all fine for a couple days, because I did this on, like, a daily basis for about 4 days. And, like, I was playing, we were all having fun. I'm sitting here, I was whooping everyone's ass. I was the best typer in my class. Man, I was just whooping everybody. And basically, when you went around the computers, you could look on the screen and see, you know, people's usernames and stuff. That's another part of the problem for me. The teacher went around the room and looked on a random computer that happened to be in the lobby of mine and announced, who in this class has the nickname Tickle Me Buns? And at this point, I was like, I'm fine. Nobody will rat me out. Everyone thought it was funny. Everyone thought I was funny. Like, I was the class clown for 4 days because of that name. And I was like, everyone thinks it's funny. Nobody's going to turn me in. They're never going to figure out who it was. Nobody's ever going to get in trouble for it. Well, basically, I look up from the computer screen to see, like, every finger in the entire classroom pointing straight at me. Like, all the chairs are, like, focused right in on me. Everyone turned them around, pointed them at me, and it says their finger pointing at me. It was like some tribal ritual or something. Like, they were all around me just pointing, and they weren't saying a word. They were just dead stare, point right at me. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, you assholes. I've covered so many of you before in times when you needed me, and you can't even do me this one favor. But at that point, it didn't matter. I was already in trouble. The teacher had a private talk with me out in the hallway. And at that point, I still honestly didn't even give a fuck. Like, they had a private talk with me, and at that point, I just didn't care. I didn't care at all whenever I had private talks with teachers. I was having them pretty much constantly at that point because my grades were shitty and everything. I was always arguing with my teachers, so I was always having private talks. You need to get your grades better, and, you know, the whole situation there. But I didn't care at all. I literally sat there the whole time while she was talking to me. There was, like, lockers out front of that door, and I was sitting there like with my arms crossed and my foot up against like one of the locker doors, like I was looking like your classic movie cool kid, and like I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I really didn't. Every time she said something, I just shrugged, and she knew I didn't care, but she just kept talking, and I was just ignoring her at that point. And after we were all done, I sat back down in the computer lab. I had to turn the computer off completely and just sit there for like the last 30 minutes of class. And everyone else sitting there having fun, you know, on the keyboard, just, you know, playing their asses off, trying to beat each other. I had to watch, and that's all I could do. And she was like hawk watching me the whole time. Like, she had her eyes just focused on me. And every time she saw, like, a single movement, like, it could have been the smallest measurement of movement possible, she just, like, her head cocked all the way around and just stared. And eventually, I walked up to her desk to ask to go to the bathroom. And I swear to God, I cannot make this up what I saw on the screen. I saw, like, I walked up and she was at the computer. I saw this guy's, it was like a black and white grainy video on YouTube. I saw like this dude's arm, and I saw like a saw just go straight across it. Cut the dude's arm right off. And I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck do you watch? Like, you know, you get mad at me for using the nickname Tickle Me Buns, but you're watching dudes like chop their arms off and shit with saws. Like, I can't make that up either. That really happened. And basically that's the entire story. Besides the fact they had a conference with my mom, they called my mom, they said, you know, your son had an inappropriate username on this, and my mom, you know, my mom probably would have been a little bit more pissed if it was like, fuck bitches, get money, or something like that, but she didn't really seem to care that I said tickle me buns, so I didn't really get in trouble at home because of it. She just told me I better not do it again. That's basically what she told me. And if I did it again, my ass was grounded, pretty much, is all that she said to me. So, that is the story about how I got banned from using the computers at school for about a month. And I'm just telling you guys, you can try it at your own risk, but I'm telling you, if you try this at your school and the teacher catches you can't blame me, because you were the one who decided, hey, I'm going to do what I did. And what I did was pretty stupid, I will admit it, but I still do think the story's funny. Like, I can sit there and think back on it and laugh about it. Like, it's just that kind of story. Needless to say, the term tickle me buns is still heavily in use around my friends group. Everybody still uses the term. People still in that middle school who have heard the story still use that term. People in my high school with me still use that term. That term is pretty much widely known throughout the schools I've been to. So, Smash kind of coined a new term, but I kind of had to pay some repercussions with that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please don't be as stupid as I was in 8th grade. Like this video if you thought the story was funny, cool, interesting, anything. Subscribe for more. And here sometime soon, I'll be uploading more of this Black Ops 3 beta. That's what you're seeing right now. That way you guys don't have to ask, because I have had people ask me what game I'm playing before. But anyways, that's about it, guys. Don't be as stupid as I was. Don't use the name Tickle Me Buns on an online game at school. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Smash out.